Alright, here we are at the storage shed once again. This time we're not actually doing anything with the CRX and we're not working in the storage shed. But we're here today to load up this thing. So this is a rental that we got, and I'm sure you can tell by the title we're not actually working on anything today or doing autocross. What we're doing is we're taking this rental and we're driving to Alabama to pick up a car. The car we're going to pick up, it's a little old. It's, I don't know, looks a little rough online. I'm not really sure, so we're picking it up for my friend. But it's a 1988 Celica All-trac, I think. So I'm thinking we better pack all the tools we can and get this thing ready to help support that thing limping back to Colorado. So let's just load this up real quick and then we'll be on our way. So let's go pick up a Canadian now and we'll get on our way. Right, there's got to be a Canadian around here somewhere. I can sense the maple syrup. I found a Canadian.
It's not creepy at all.
These keys are weird. This one doesn't work. What? Yeah. What's the license plate game?
You just like look at license plates and then you try to find one for each state.
I thought we've played that in Thunder Muffin before, haven't
That
we?
one says Colorado.
Well, I think we got Colorado pretty down.
It's gonna be like 97 in Alabama with humidity. And it's humidity from the Gulf.
I don't think it matters where the humidity comes from. There's Idaho.
Man, we're pretty close.
We're killing it. We have at least 10. There's some windmills having us a good time.
I wonder how they know where to put them.
There's wind here. Let's put a windmill.
Well, yeah, it's creepy when none of them are moving.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Creepy is walking through a dark alley in the middle of the night. And then a man in the cloak gets behind you and asks you for what day it is.
We gotta go to the Tower Museum.
No, we don't have to go to the Tower Museum.
But look at it.
Look, it's for sale. It's fixing to reopen.
It's closed.
Oh, grain elevator. Wow. Wow.
Oh, look at those ones.
Spinny boys.
Spinny boys. Door. Edit settings after shifting to P. Okay.
Yeah, it is. You want to go climb it?
Not really.
It could be fun to get on the tip and run around.
That's what.
That's what she said.
Come on, you can do it, little car. Gotta get the bar above 40.
Boot Hill Museum.
Wow.
Oh boy.
This place has a little
Rock chalk.
What is that?
It's chalk for rocks, Jeffrey.
Ram. Yeah, that's really all there is to look at. Really the biggest excitement is we finally hit 40 on this thing. Oh, it's a billboard. What's it say? Oh, for lease.
You can put a sign up.
got sign.
866 got signed. There you go. If you want a billboard in Kansas.
866 got signed.
I want to go see Joe Bob Outfitters.
Joe Bob, that's what the gun sign was way back.
Oh, Joe Bob?
Joe Bob.
Joe Bob!
Joe Bob.
Oh, there's a Civic.
He already passed us.
He did. See, I'm telling you, the efficiency route. You don't stop for gas. Yes.
Jesus is real.
It's coming to get us. Oh my God. 1/10 of a rainbow. Alright, so I just realized something about the Kia Optima. Bring it down here to the center console. Lets you know where the passenger sits. Good to know. Oh my god, sunset rainbow! Oh my god! What does it mean? Alright, so we made it to Abilene. We decided to stop because we've been on the road for close to 7 hours. So it was getting a little rough. We didn't really have to stop to get gas, but we might as well. So here we are, the gas station. They went inside to pay. I wonder what's under the hood. There we go. 11.3. And we went 400 something. Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna make me close the door. You're totally gonna make me close the door. 442. We didn't quite make it. Alright, here we are. We got sunrise. Putting in gas. The car's going ding, ding, ding. We just drove straight through the night. We figured if we stop, we're never going to make it back before the end of the weekend. So we're just topping off gas now. We figured there's no point trying for efficiency anymore. I had 39.8 trying really, really hard. Then the other two, they didn't even try. They got 38 point something. It's like, okay, well, that was pointless. Waste of time. Oh my god, sprinkler rainbow! That's where did he go?
Oh, he's right there.
Oh, there he is! Oh, look at that. He's crop dusting. That's what I do at grocery stores. That's the Arkansas State University.
Oh.
Wow, look at it. And it's gone. Now that's an old folks home.
It's called the Three Rivers.
Bet you they party it up. Marked tree! Marked. Lepanto Parkin.
Lepanto Park.
Do you think that's the marked tree in
How do
there?
you
Oh,
park?
that's several trees. No, but the center one's bigger. Yeah, center one's that huge. Looks like the marked tree.
Oh.
That has to be it. I wonder what it's marked with. I think it was like the first dog ever. Right. In the U.S. Oh no, here's marked tree. In Earl. Or is it early? Water. I mean, this river is bigger than some of our lakes. It's bigger than all of the lakes. Grand Lake is pretty grand. We sell our trucks, foo. I pity the fool who don't buy my truck. Enterprise.
Enterprise.
Ooh, that's scary. Wobble, wobble, wobble. That's a wobble. Alabama.
We made it, even though it doesn't look different.
It still looks green.
It's Alabama. Does it say Alabama?
Please
This
don't
plays,
litter.
please don't litter and keep Alabama beautiful.
1,234 miles and 19 hours, 22 minutes.
And 0
11 to go. Jasper, Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa.
Oh dear.
Tuscaloosa. Ship roofing.
Ship roofing?
There's a raceway.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. We gotta go put it through its paces to see if it'll make it the 1,200 miles.
Do that.
1235. Oh
Oh, there's gonna be an alligator somewhere.
no. For Toyota. Oh, we're gonna vapor lock the engine, hydrolock it.
No, it's
Oh.
Oh.
it's a nice.
Did he just text you? You're alone, right?
Oh.
That was rough.
This is an adventure for sure.
Wow, look at all these little cars.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a nice little pretty flowery bush, so it can't be that bad, can it?
Nick Smith for sheriff. So we just purchased the car. It's kind of hard to see, but it's this red Celica. And it runs really nicely, but the AC probably doesn't work, so it's going to be a rough ride back.
There we go. Here's the prize. Here's what we drove all this way for. Alright, we are on the way home. And back there somewhere is the Celica. So it was full of oil. Didn't look like, well, it looks like the valve cover's leaking or something's leaking. We're not really too sure. But it's kind of nice. I mean, it's really hazy from all the humidity, but it's not too bright. It's
90 degrees.
Yeah, 90 degrees. Super hot. So here's our first leg. We're gonna go for a couple hours. Hopefully we can make it without any catastrophes. And we'll just keep watching and see how it does.
There's a distance between us. It's getting hard to reach out. Haven't seen you in seasons, but all I hear is your voice. I know my limits, you can break me down, but I'll stay till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been finding ways to get away, to see you again, see you again.
Never seen so much water in my life. Well, except for last night. Well, it was dark last night.
In Arkansas.
We're in Arkansas.
Let's get outside town a little ways and we'll stop and regroup. I'm almost out of water, so whatever works. I think I know what the fire extinguisher is for. It's for my face.
So how was it? Oh, you look miserable.
My shirt is drenched.
Oh God. Well, here's the moment of truth. Did you reset the trip odometer?
Yes.
Boost! Boosty boy. Does this one work?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Fire extinguisher. See how it's doing under here. Looks like something's dripping in here. Oh yeah, definitely that valve cover gasket. I know, it looks like there's more oil under here than there was. 7.6 gallons?
Yeah. It's better, I guess, than starting.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's just under 30. Oh, sh!
How is it doing that?
Oh, it's probably because it was hot and it overpressurized. Oh
Oh,
boy.
where's the spill still?
I think. Oh, it's already bubbled. Is there a call button?
I'll just go and ask.
Okay. I wonder if AutoZone or whatever would just have one.
We can go check. There's one right over there.
Oh, that's true. Alright, how's the oil? Really hot under here.
That leak's pretty bad.
What's that?
That leak's pretty bad.
Yeah, it is. Uh-oh. Looks like the valve cover gasket is leaking oil like crazy. So we're gonna top it off. We went about 200 miles. And other than that, the engine seemed to run pretty well. It seems. Everything is super hot because it's like 100 degrees right now. It's kind of scary. He was running 20 W50 through it though. Oh, how much did you put in?
Oh, that's coming out of so he's also pointing at there's a little leak by the turbo.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So that's gonna be fun once we get it home.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. Maybe it's just the oil lines leaking.
Just the oil lines.
Yes, we think we might have found the culprit here. Because this is, for whatever reason, backed out. Let me just tighten this guy down. Maybe, hopefully, it'll seal a little bit. Alright, we did about 100 miles and lost about a quart of oil. We don't know where, but our fix with this Allen here may have actually did the trick.
Alan.
So let's see if it has any more play in it.
No.
It tightened a little bit maybe, but... So what is that, about 300 miles now? Something like that?
350, I think.
350?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, so far, nothing too exciting. Seems like maybe something in the suspension's just a little loose, like it's a little sloppy, but
Yeah, kind of. There's nothing like.
it's not a concern. It's not like Thunder Muffin.
So here we are in the Ozarks. They're very pretty. These are like the rocky parts of the Ozarks. And then we're gonna get to more foresty parts in a minute.
Whee!
There's a school bus doing school bus things. Well, anyways, it's very pretty here still. And it's interesting because Arkansas isn't a very huge economic place and not a lot of people want to move here. But in return, they're losing more and more land.
This is muffin racing, not social studies.
That's fine. It's still beautiful, so shut up.
Looks like a really big storm up ahead.
Purchases life insurance. I know.
So it's raining a little bit.
Micro can find a 30.
Alright, well that cleared up really quickly. So not too much longer to go, and we're just gonna keep on trucking. Or Celica-ing. I should stop trying to burp things. It's pretty exciting when your range to destination goes into the single digits. Steakhouse.
We lost the race.
Alright, we have made it to the hotel. After 33 hours on the road, more or less non-stop, it's time for a break. So we're gonna call it a night and we're gonna get back at this in the morning. Oh, and the doors are locked. Alright, dawn of the second day. Well rested, although I kind of forgot to set the alarm clock, or, well, I set it, I just didn't wake up to it. But we're on the road. We got the Celica topped off with oil. So we're just gonna hit the road and keep pushing on. I think we've got, what is it, 770 miles to go. So as long as nothing happens, we should be back in Colorado tonight with no problems. So here's hoping. Alright, so we stopped to top off oil, but we're noticing something here on the bumper. That's all oil. Oh, it's all over me. Oh, jeez.
Your finger.
All over my finger.
Can you imagine all the people who I was like sprayed with oil? On the way
Well, we were
down?
behind you, just smelling the oil the whole time.
Blah.
So we used 5 quarts and 700 miles.
So it's not terrible.
It's not good. So thoughts on the Kia Optima? I don't like it. But that's just, I don't know. I mean, it's not bad. It's a car, and it has really nice rear legroom. Android Auto is a nice inclusion for the price. And the headlights are actually really good. But other than that, they cheaped out in a lot of areas. Like, that's pretty cheap. I don't know what that is supposed to be. Like, it looks like it's supposed to be a speaker, but it's not. So it's like some weird plastic texture they put in. The steering wheel isn't that great to hold. But I mean, the seats are pretty comfortable. We've been driving for what, 32 hours now?
Yeah.
Doesn't feel too bad. Oh, and here's one for the straight pipes. Maybe you have to zoom in to see it. But for the visor test, this one passes because it has arrows to tell you that the visor slides. So that's like a super pass. I mean, overall, it's not a bad car. It's just for the price point, I think there's a lot better cars in the class.
It has a lot of plugs.
Oh yeah, it does have 2 outlets. Some people.
They're not very good at driving in Kansas.
So what I don't understand is why there's white clouds and then way off in the distance there's that brown cloud. What does it mean? Why is it a brown cloud? We were here like 36 hours ago. Is it splashing?
Looks like it wants to.
Don't do it, don't do it. 12 gallons for 300?
Yeah, about
300? That's not bad. It's not bad. So AutoZone's running a deal right now where if you buy 5 quarts of oil and an oil filter, it's $26, or it's $35 for the 5 quarts of oil on its own. So we've got a bit of a collection of oil filters going right now. Like, how is it cheaper to buy oil and filters than it is to just buy the oil? But whatever, we'll take a deal when we see one. There's a lot of us adding oil in this video.
Yep.
I don't know, valve cover seems kind of dry now.
Well, I think it's all coming from under the car. Because did you see where I parked at the...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, at the gas station?
Oh my god. It's just... There was like an outline of the motor.
Oh, so oil pan and oil line, like
Everything that holds oil.
Well, I can't see it. You might see it though.
Well,
oh
we'll have...
yeah, zoomed in there. You can. Oh, that's wet.
Oh, that's wet.
Dude, you know, there's not a whole lot of travel in that wheel.
Yeah.
Like it's like no clearance at all.
We just gotta steer around the bumps. It's my turn. Take this for a little spin. It's probably just gonna be all wind noise driving around though. Oh, I know reverse is over there somewhere. Good thing he didn't hear that. We don't need no music. The turbo is the music. Drove this a little bit yesterday. See if it's any different after another 400 miles. Steering wheel's hot. Shifter's not hot though, surprisingly. Third grind's pretty rough. Maybe I won't put that in the video so Cassidy doesn't know. And I'm giving Cassidy a break because this thing doesn't have any air conditioning. So, especially down in Alabama with the humidity, the heat was just an absolute killer. But up here it's about 96 degrees. Not quite as humid though, so it's not as bad, but it's still just nice to have a break from this every once in a while. Surprisingly, it's straight pipe from the cat back, but it really isn't that droney either. I think the turbo helps with that a lot. But we've been putting a lot of oil into this thing. But other than that, it runs pretty well. All the gauges look good. Oil pressure. Particularly fast. It's about as fast as the WRX I had. Really, I think it weighs about the same too, although this interior is geared more towards luxury than anything. It's got these super plush leather seats, which absolutely scorch you to death when you get into them after the sun's been out for a while. It's got leather door cards. Very plush armrests, very plush. There really isn't much to see in Kansas. much as I can, but they didn't get the picture, it doesn't seem. The strategy is just keep it out of boost. Stop from giving it too much gas. We'll see how that does. If that drops any lower though, I think I'm just going to call it quits. So right before we left, we noticed it's starting to smoke more. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll just keep going.
Yeah, we're smoking a lot.
This bumper is really dirty. So we have about 240 miles until we get home. But we're going to let the Celica lead. We're gonna watch out for smoke. Is it smoking? I don't see it smoking right now.
I don't see it.
It did take about 2 quarts though at that stop. So we're gonna watch the oil pressure gauge, and once it starts to drop, that's just a sign that it's time to pull over. Oh, but there's the billboard. I don't know why, but Kia built in these Chinese finger traps into the seat belts, and I'm stuck. I'm just gonna have to go back with a car rental, I guess. There's a big storm. There's a big storm. And there's the road. Wonder if we're actually going to split the middle or get cut up in it. Yeah, so we stopped in the rain to top off. We're about an hour and a half away, and it just needed a top off of oil. But because it's raining, a bunch of weird lights came on in the dashboard, so we don't know what that was about. But it looks like they turned off as we started out. So here we go. Final leg of the trip. Hopefully we don't lose the leg on the final leg. Why do we keep saying leg? And we did it. Well, if you could figure out where to park. Parking lot adventures, otherwise known as autocross. And there. 2,512 miles. Oh, and 40 hours exactly since Friday afternoon. That's a lot of driving. That is a lot of driving. We did it!
Engine light's off.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Got the other two back on.
All the engine lights.
When it's under 3,000 RPM. Yeah, I think the alternators.
Oh. Yeah, all the oil and stuff got on the alternator. But here it is. It made it.
To Colorado, and I can't get over 7 PSI boost. 7 or 8.
That makes sense.
I didn't really try though. I guess you don't really give her the beans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're at altitude, so it doesn't have less, or it doesn't have as much air. Let's get food.
Victory.
But 10 quarts of oil later, we're here.
We're at exactly
Got to figure
40
out
hours.
Isn't it?
exactly 40
Isn't
hours.
it 12 quarts?
12 quarts. A lot of oil. But we made it. There's an oil trail all the way between Alabama and Colorado.
Tell exactly where this car came from.
But we did it. Well, that was fun. I wasn't expecting it to make it without problems, but it did. So I guess that's the moral of the story. If you want to drive cross country to pick up a cheap car,
Go to Alabama.
just get a Toyota.
And a lot of oil.
And a lot of oil. A Toyota and a lot of oil.
Jeff made the mistake of leaving this in here. So now it's going to be the next 15 minutes of me applying sunscreen. Safety first. Don't want to get no burns. Yeah, that's the stuff. Oh, thank you. hard to grip the steering wheel with sunscreen hands. It's all slimy now.
Can't forget to get back.